That's what I love about yoga, man. The yoga benefit, it's a lot of your body, but a lot of it is your mind. We're essentially training your subconscious to think in the clutch. There's no reason to be panicked. Not over the things that people panic about. Oh my God, where's my phone? Where's my phone? You catch your breath, and then you remember, oh shit, my phone is right here in my pocket. Woo, see these guys over here, they need to do some yoga. Look at this. 24 hours. You get your Burger King fix. 24 hours a day. 5 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock at night. Everything in between. What's up, everybody? Holistic A-Hole here on a beautiful springish day here in New York City. Just getting out of yoga class. Got my yoga mat. That's right, I bring my own mat. I'm a BYOM. Nothing against the mats at the yoga studio. They're fine. But let me tell you something, there's something about having your own yoga mat that you get on, you lay on, you stretch on, you sweat on. It becomes a part of you. That's what I love about yoga, man, is it's not just a workout, but it's, you know, it's like this whole body-mind connecting activity. And I just love it. I love getting in there, man. I love not even just breaking a sweat. I love breaking a sweat, don't get me wrong. But I love the focus on the breath, the really getting deep into some of those stretches, and then that feeling when you leave yoga, it's just magnanimous. I don't even know what magnanimous means. I've been saying it a lot. I know I can just go on Wikipedia and look it up, but I love using the word so much that I'm almost afraid that whatever it really means is gonna ruin my whole intent in using it in the first place. But I just got out of yoga class and I'm feeling really good. It is legitimately my favorite form of working out. And I love to work out. I haven't been working out a lot just because I've been so busy with the videos and stand-up and just having a life. And then the winter time, it's just a nightmare to get to the gym. And you know, I'll be honest, like I don't miss the gym that much. I miss yoga when I don't go to yoga, you know, because I feel like when I go to yoga, it's like all these exercises, all these poses that we do can be applied in my normal everyday life. You know, when you get in there and you get to yoga class, just the whole, you start off and you just start breathing, you know, you're just taking some deep breaths and just feeling that just beautiful fresh air, prana as some people call it. Oh look, there's a cat just chilling there, just mixed right in, he's chilling next to the statue. But you know, when you feel that breath, that fresh air just hit your lungs and you just breathe it in and you get in that nice meditative state and you start just slowly working in, and you know, before you know it, you're upside down. You know, you're standing on your head, you're standing on your shoulders, you're standing on your hands, you're doing warriors and down dogs, and you're stretching the back and twisting, and sweat starts dropping off. I mean, I love it. I love it. I carry that with me. I carry that with me throughout the day. You know, the yoga benefit, it's a lot of your body, but a lot of it is your mind too. You know, you don't get that when you go to the gym. If I go to the gym and work out, I mean, really, you know, I can't take any of those exercises with me. I can't take you know, the bench press with me into my normal day. Am I just gonna go around just shoving people everywhere? Am I gonna, you know, am I just throwing doors wide open? You know, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I mean, the shoulder press, what am I doing with knowing how to do a shoulder press? You know, am I just constantly lifting boxes and couches over my head? No. I'm doing these exercises for the purpose of building muscle, and really even building muscle is kind of, it's a little weird because, you know, there's this idea, I don't know where it comes from, I don't remember where I heard it, but it's the idea that when you look at someone who lifts a lot of weights, when they're buff, you know, it's like they're building like a stronger, a harder outer shell to protect what's inside. It's masking an insecurity. It's not really benefiting you emotionally, it's almost just kind of running away. You know, there's a point with working out where you can work out too much. You know, you can hurt yourself. Not to mention, it's like you start supplementing with things and you might be taking in too much protein, and I mean, light working out is the way to go. You know, there's different recommendations. Some people say work out 30 minutes a day. Some people say work out 30 minutes 3 times a week. Some people will just say just go out for a light walk. I mean, any kind of movement is going to be great, but I think there's that point where you're going to the gym and you become obsessive about it, and it doesn't really work the way it's supposed to work. And I also think that goes for yoga too. You know, you don't want to do too much yoga. You could hurt yourself. You put yourself in these, you put your body in these different positions. You're bending your legs certain ways. You can mess up your knees. You can mess up your back. You can strain shoulders. I mean, people have probably torn muscles. You know, so you want to be careful with yoga. So it's not. So I mean, it's everything in moderation. But I mean, pound for pound, when you go to yoga, it is hard to not be in a beautiful meditative state, which is really, I mean, the way that you should want to live your life. A nice peaceful, meditative, relaxed state, you know, where your mind, where you're essentially training your subconscious to think in the clutch, to rely on your breath and not your emotions when you're doing stuff. You know, we live very emotional. See, like, people who wrote this graffiti on the wall, that was emotional. There's no real thought behind that. You can see, I mean, that's ugly, dude. I could do that shit. But you know, when I do yoga, I put myself in that, that meditative state where I can allow my subconscious to start making the right decisions and not panicking. It's like that, it's like the parasympathetic nerve system. You know, when you start to panic, that fight or flight thing starts grabbing you by the balls and starts yanking you around. Are you flying? Are you fighting? Are you panicked for no real reason? There's no reason to be panicked. Not in the 21st century, not in 2017, you know, not over the things that people panic about, you know. Oh my God, where's my phone? Where's my phone? What did I do with my phone? Have you seen my phone? Oh, it's right here in my pocket. Right there in my pocket, okay. Cool. Oh shit, my phone's gone. My phone. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. Where's my phone? Oh, my information's on my phone. My maps. I don't know where I am. I don't know anybody's phone number. I don't know my parents' phone number. I don't know my girlfriend's phone number. What am I gonna do? Oh yeah. You catch your breath and you let your body soak it in, and then you remember, oh shit, my phone is right here in my pocket. How stupid of me was it to just panic for nothing? That's really what you get from yoga. You know, you get a nice little chunk, a nice little chip off the block, a nice little piece of your mind. And personally, I think everybody should do yoga. I mean, it doesn't have to be your favorite workout. You might genuinely hate it, but what it does for your mind and rational thinking, you know, the ability to take conflict and just kind of put it on the shelf, it's really priceless, which is good because yoga's expensive. It's unreasonably expensive, to be honest with you. You know, here in New York, it might be the most expensive. Maybe in Los Angeles or San Diego or something, it might be, or San Francisco, it might be just as, maybe even more expensive. But, you know, New York City, you want to take a yoga class. In Queens, where I live, there's, you know, like $18, $20 to take one class. Lucky for me, I have a studio near me that's less than that, so I'm not breaking the bank doing yoga. But they can be ridiculously expensive because they know the demand, because they know how powerful yoga is, and it's a little trendy. Which brings me to my next point, which is the trendiness of yoga is ruining yoga. And I don't mean that from like a punk rock, like this is supposed to be an underground thing. I mean it in the sense that the way people do yoga is not the way that it was ever meant to be done. You know, this whole Bikram hot yoga thing is a giant lie. I mean, it's great because you're doing the yoga poses and people feel great and you sweat more and you lose weight. But that's not what yoga was intended for. Yoga's intention is to build a connection between your mind and your body, to help you kind of reach that more, you know, that more blissful place. But then you get these people who do yoga and it's like a workout, it's competitive, it's, you know, we're building muscle, we're shedding weight. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's not yoga. You know, you're not supposed to feel stressed out and competitive, you know, and hardcore when you're doing yoga. You're supposed to find a nice place to connect your breath to your movements. This was kind of ruining it a little bit. So I'll tell anybody, do yoga. It's great. It makes you feel great. It makes you feel like a champion. You know, and it's one of those things where you feel it for days after you do it. You know, it's better and cheaper than taking a pill. It's better and cheaper than doing drugs. It's better and cheaper than spending money on therapy. If you've never done yoga, just know that it's not the thing that you might think it is. It's not just for, you know, women and soccer moms and yoga pants. Granted, being in a class with a lot of girls wearing yoga pants, not the worst thing in the world. But at the same time, it's meant for everybody. It's meant for dudes. It's meant for guys, you know? If you're a guy and you want to try yoga but you're nervous because you're like, man, it's just a chick thing. It's really not. It's a chick thing because the way it's been marketed has made it a chick thing. But I mean, guys will benefit from yoga probably more than anybody. Because let's face it, guys, our emotions can set us off the fucking deep end. We go from, you know, women can go from 0 to 100 in less than a second, but their emotions are just a lot of yelling and, you know, nagging. When a guy's emotion goes from 0 to 100, which they definitely can, it can be violence. You could break things. I know me personally, my claim to fame is punching holes in walls, and luckily I haven't broken my hand. But, you know, we shouldn't be doing that. You know, there's a very simple way to avoid that kind of anger, and that's just learning how to stop and take a breath and really soak in all of your surroundings, to really feel present, to not feel anxious, you know? This is just as important for guys as it is for girls, and I'm telling you, yoga is the way to get there without drugs or alcohol or damaging your body. You know, if you have eating disorders, if you have sleeping disorders, yoga works for all that stuff. We don't emphasize sleep enough in our culture these days, but sleep's very important, and if you want to sleep well, yoga will take you there. Yoga will help you sleep better. Woo, see these guys over here, they need to do some yoga. You do yoga, you're not hitting your horn. You take a breath, you're like, oh, after you, my friend. Oh, no, after you. Please come on in. These guys need to do some yoga, bro. I find yoga also helps me in stand-up as well, you know, like when I'm on stage, it can be a kind of a nerve-wracking experience, especially in some of the places I perform, especially when they don't laugh. It's like so crushing at times. But you know, when you do yoga, it's just somehow your subconscious mind just knows to not panic, knows not to freak out. So I love trying to do yoga on days that I'm gonna also perform, Because I carry the yoga power with me on the stage. I feel more in control of things. I feel more in control of the room, of all the situation happening. So if you love the video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. I got these bad boys coming out every single week. And keep it tuned to the Holistic A-Hole. I love you guys. Holistic out.